It really started at the age of 12. Retinitis pigmentosa. By the age of 30, when I could no longer be as independent as I was, it was a shock to the system.
Throughout his formative years, Nick's world got smaller. His eyesight was slowly deteriorating, and with that, his confidence and job prospects too. He hasn't worked since before he lost his vision 8 years ago.
Mentally, it has been challenging, but I've just tried to keep myself upbeat.
Do you sometimes feel like employers write you off because of your disability?
Most definitely, yeah.
And how does that feel?
Sometimes you just feel excluded. Yeah, it'd be great to be considered more.
The number of unemployed disabled people looking for work, like Nick, is rising. The latest figures show an increase of 32% compared to the year before. It's something that Franklin, who is registered blind, is trying to remedy.
At Katakata, we really believe in inclusion, and we believe that we should adapt to everyone's needs.
He employs other disabled people at his cafe, and through the Access to Work scheme, which provides government funding to support disabled people at work, he also employs BSL interpreters. But accessing the scheme is difficult. Latest figures suggest there are as many as 37,000 applications waiting to be processed.
It's unfair for the young person that want to work or for whoever wants to work, and these are barriers that are things like the government need to address it. We all deserve a chance. Work is important.
Working for Franklin has been transformative for Caitlin. This is her first paid job.
Having that opportunity to work with him and his other staff members has been a really good, positive thing for me.
Today, the government re-emphasised their desire to get long-term unemployed people back in work and off benefits. They'll outline exactly how they'll do that in the coming weeks, but have already hinted at scaling back some of the very schemes that are helping disabled people in work.
You've said recently that the Access to Work scheme isn't sustainable. Are you planning to cut that?
I don't envisage we're going to be making big cuts to the spending, but the current increase that there's been over the last year or two isn't sustainable.
I notice you say big cuts, so there might be some cuts to Access to Work.
Well, we want the funding for Access to Work, or whatever replaces it, to be sustainable. And the 40% increases per year, that isn't sustainable, so we've got to deal with that.
Some people have said that they feel disappointed that you're continuing with the £3 billion of cuts that the previous government committed to in regards to disability benefits. Is it fair to say that some disabled people will lose access to those benefits?
Well, we're going to be consulting on proposals originally published by the previous government. We are committed to delivering the savings in the budget that those measures were intended to deliver, and we have to do that. Everybody knows money is tight at the moment, so we do have to.
Will lose their benefits.
We do have to make sure that the costs of the system are sustainable.
And it's that phrase, sustainable spending, that leaves disabled people fearing what's coming down the line, as the government navigates the fragile ecosystem of budget pressures and an ever greater need